Hey guys, it's coreross and welcome to this short masterclass for Clash. So Clash is a defensive operator being added with Operation Grim Sky, and she's the very first defensive operator to be equipped with a shield as her primary gadget. So this actually takes up her primary weapon slot as well, which means that she has the option of two secondary weapons, either a pistol, the P10C, or the 2-round burst SMG, the SPS MG9. And her secondary gadgets are barbed wire or impact grenades. Now let's talk about Clash's primary gadget. So of course it's a shield, very similar to Montang's shield in shape and design, however it's also transparent. So it's kind of like having a mobile mirror on your team, because defenders can easily peek out behind it and take shots at the attackers. She also has the ability to crowd control the attackers as well. So if there's multiple enemies in front of her, she can actually slow them down with an electrical effect. And it's a dramatic slowing effect as well. It also does a little bit of damage as well. Now the great advantage is that you can crowd control the enemy, you can tell your defending team where they are, you can very much lock down certain areas of the map if you want to. But also you can use her quite aggressively as well, along with some teammates. But by herself she's actually quite weak, because she cannot do melee attacks with the shield out, and she cannot fire her secondary weapons unless she fully switches to them, which means the shield goes on her back, making her very vulnerable, although it's very useful for running away. Now there's some important things about Clash's shield that you should know. So first of all, it can stop quick enter. So if Clash is close enough to a window, she'll actually stop a quick enter by an attacker. This can be really handy for just denying someone access to the objective site in the last few seconds of a round, and it's really good to know. You should also know that the slowing effect from the shield actually increases over time. So it takes a few seconds to actually get the attackers to the slowest speed they can possibly go at. You also don't want to use up the entire charge of the shield, because it'll take then longer to recharge after, so you want to stop before that, then it'll recharge quicker. And the taser effect also has a range of about 12 to 13 meters, so quite a considerable distance inside a map for Rainbow Six Siege. You should also know that Glaz's sniper rifle is not going to penetrate Clash's shield. And Clash's shield also dampens the explosive damage done by things like claymores and other explosives, making it very handy to detonate them, although you will lose a little bit of health, and keeping your health up is very important as a Clash player. Clash's taser effect will not affect gadgets, so drones and charges and such will not be destroyed by the taser effect at all. Now Echo's drone and Ella's concussion mine stop interaction animations with operators, but Clash's shield does not. So if someone's putting down the diffuser in front of you, don't just tase them, you'll have to actually try and shoot them. And lastly, IQ can detect Ash when she is actually using the taser effect on her shield, which makes her quite handy for flanking and then potentially shooting her through a wall while she's actually trying to stop one of your teammates. So let's talk about how to dominate with Clash, but also how to counter her as well. First of all, to dominate with her, you cannot be fighting alone. She's very weak by herself. Now you can get the odd kill, you can do probably a good job of holding down certain areas, but as soon as you're up against a coordinated team, you're just going to get wrecked. You're going to need at least one or two teammates with you, and then suddenly she becomes a force to be reckoned with. And you basically just use her like a mirror window. You look through the shield, you watch the enemies move around, and you pop out and take down the enemy. And of course Clash uses her slowing ability to make them an even easier target. But when it comes to countering her, well, simply you gotta flank her, or you gotta get in close. And that can be done with an EMP from Thatcher to disable the electric so you can actually move in close to her, or you can throw a flashbang at her, or throw grenades at her. The flashbangs and the grenades suddenly become very powerful against Clash, because she is so slow when that extended shield is out, and in order for her to move faster she needs to put the shield away, which of course makes her a far easier target. And if you can get close enough to her and melee her, you'll actually be able to knock that shield away and then take shots at her and potentially bring her down. Now the big hard counter against her is Capital. His fire arrows kill her really quick, and because she's just so slow, she cannot move away from them to begin with. So when Grim Skies goes live, Capital is going to be getting picked a lot. Now, Clash is an incredibly versatile operator. If you like playing as a support operator, you're going to love playing as Clash, because you can use her as an intel gatherer, so she can stick her head out into places that defenders would normally die and report back on enemy positions, who enemy player characters are, and what they're doing. She can also support roamers, so instead of just having a roamer trying to take on attackers, Clash can come in from a different flank, distract them, slow them down, or she can push along with the roamers in order to use her shield as a mirror window for those defenders that are behind her. Or she can go even further and just defend the objective room itself, or defend a certain corridor, or certain way into an objective that she can hold down almost by herself, and then if she ever needs help, she can just call for it. So she can be very, very powerful in certain maps and certain objectives where she can lock down an entire area from the attackers and make it very hard for them to attack, and very time consuming, because killing Clash is not quick unless you manage to get around her and flank her, or you really just rush in and try to kill her as quickly as you can as a coordinated team. So there you go, guys, that is a quick masterclass on Clash. Hopefully now you're going to know how to play her, that she's very much a support character and you're going to need to work with your teammates to make good use of her, but also hopefully it helps you to kill her when you're actually up against her as the attacking team as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.
Op 4, last operator standing. Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.